Hi, we're good. It's on Twitch.
We are good.
So, Blightcaster,
Yes.
this is, I think this guy is one of the main reasons to be Enchantress.
Um, I completely agree. Th- yeah, I agree. I
I
think he puts you in Black, White, Enchantress as a deck.
I was a big fan of this guy in, was it M14 when he was printed?
M14, I think it was.
It was either M14 or M13.
Was M14 the one that also had the red one that whenever it became enchanted, it did something?
Yes, I believe that was
dragon?
M14 that had
So then
that.
that's where he was as well.
Yeah. Uh, he's a good dude. This guy's definitely first pickable.
Yeah, if you don't, if you know you want to play that archetype, I don't see why not.
Yeah, even like I was just talking about, like even if you don't want to be that archetype, it's usually the strongest card in the pack, I would imagine. It's a
Uh,
repeatable like effect.
yeah, and it kills a lot of stuff.
There are a lot of big toughnesses actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
Well, it
A lot
kills
of
a lot
X
of the things
threes.
it kills almost all the flyers or like have two toughness.
Yeah, it does kill pretty much every flyer except for the rare ones or the angels or owl guy.
There's a yeah, well, Owl is crazy
Hoot.
good. Yeah, but anyway, it does a good job. I don't think he's a problem. He's removal on a stick, and it's whenever you cast the enchantment, which is pretty good.
Yeah, so if they counter it, you still get the -2, -2.
You still get the minus two, minus two, minus two, minus
Uh,
two, minus two, minus two.
yeah. What do you think? Well, I'm just gonna go to it. Nothing outside of limited.
No,
How do you feel
he's
about
a,
this guy in limited? What rating you gonna give him?
in this format, I rate him higher than I did in M14.
I agree.
I
And
think I
so
put him
far,
at
like a
6.
yeah, I was thinking
5.5.
between 5 and 6.
Okay, I could see that.
I
Because back then I put him around a 5 or a 4-ish.
yeah. There weren't
Oh.
too many good enchantments back then, but
No, but now you have like two or three different removal enchantments, and that's exactly
that's when he gets really good.
him making things 2-for-1s is what makes him so good.
Mhm.
And this format seems to be better at it than the other one was.
Yes, I
So-
agree.
I think I'm happy with our valuation. Nothing outside of limited. Speaking of limited cards that are not cards you want to play in limited.
Alright, you gonna make the noise?
Oh yeah, for those who aren't watching, sorry for that. I just had to. That's the
Catacomb
comic
Slug, strictly like a 20 to 23rd, 24th card.
If Wizards starts accidentally putting 16 cards in a pack, this is a 16th pick.
I don't know, Brent. I've taken this card and played it before. Not happy to say it, but I have.
Yeah. I have not.
Okay.
So maybe I'll jump on the slug train this time around.
Chugga
But
chugga.
most likely I won't.
Slugga train.
Slug train.
Alright.
Yeah, don't take this.
Like a 1.5 in limited. Not very amazing.
Yeah, you do not want to be doing this.
If you're playing this card, you probably are skimming for playables and desperate.
5 mana should be your bombs. It should be your game enders. It should be your big BC that's hard to kill, but also puts a clock on.
As a person who's cast infinite siege mastodons and armored Canstrix, I don't like this card. I think in white and blue, having the big guy on the ground matters a lot more than it does in black. Personally,
Yeah.
in black, the removal spells are a lot stronger, so you don't need this crap in your deck.
I could agree with that. So again,
Not a good card. Yeah. Consecrated by Blood. This is a new one. First new card
Yeah.
of this review.
yeah, of this episode.
Yeah.
I don't like this card that much. It's okay.
I think if you're black, you probably play it. Most of the time.
Probably most of the time.
It's not bad. The sack 2 other creatures is a big cost for the regeneration.
Especially in a, like we said before, a not heavy token format.
Yeah, and a lot of the removal spells have been enchantments. like was it Claustrophobia and the new Fates Fetters without healing?
Yes.
So this guy are just like, oh, whatever.
I don't know.
Like
It's
if you have Blightcaster, this is like an auto include, I guess. But
that's what I was gonna say. I think if you have Bladecaster, maybe this is a 4. I still don't guarantee I play it if I have Bladecaster.
I if I had this like a reason to put enchantments in my deck, this would make my cut.
Yeah, I guess so.
And often when I don't have a reason to play enchantments, the +2/+2 with an ability that is sometimes relevant, and sometimes matters.
Evasion.
Does it give evasion?
It gives
it gives flying? Yeah, put this card in your deck. I was gonna play without flying.
Yeah, I still don't jump to that high. I'm very wary of auras.
I know you don't like your auras, but I like them a lot because I don't like combat tricks, so I have to have something to play.
Yeah,
my guys.
When it comes down to limited, I'm very much just a dudes and removal kind of guy.
Yeah, I generally like that, but I like playing like a pumps like a permanent pump effect or something.
Yeah, I rank these stronger than one-off pump spells, I guess.
Yeah. So what rating would you give this? Because I'm thinking like a 3.5.
I was gonna say 3.
Okay, that's about fair.
Yeah, this is not a guaranteed you're gonna play it.
Veteran Sealed again. Protect your bomb guy.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Next card.
This is
Revival.
Hey, speaking of cards, they upped the rarity of.
Yeah, right.
This was a common.
In Onslaught?
Yes. You know what? I have a web page open. Let me check.
Let's see if Brent knows Magic.
Oh, what? Yeah, Onslaught. I was like, why is it saying Plane Chase? Who is this helping?
No one. Cruel Revival was awesome in Onslaught Limited.
You can buy 4 for 50 cents on Amazon.
Well, that just proves how good it is.
Yeah, right there.
Those deals.
Let me close Facebook. It made the stupid noise. I don't know why it did. I unfollowed literally every Facebook post. Thank you, game.
From Onslaught, this was a very, very, very strong card.
Yeah, but in Onslaught, you had zombies. Yeah.
Onslaught, for those of you who don't know, was a tribal themed set.
It was Onslaught, Legions, Scourge?
Yes, and Legions is the only set to have only one type of card in it.
And it's creatures, if you didn't know
Creatures.
That. Entirely creatures. A lot of creatures were morphs and acted like spells.
Yeah.
I like Legions. It was a cool take on a set. But
I agree, it was
different. There were a good amount of zombies in that block, and this card was really good then.
Zombies used to be Black's main tribe. Now it's kind of vampires, I guess they've switched over to.
Dead things.
I think they've gone away from having very stereotypical tribes for most of the colors. Mm-hmm. Aside from white, which I think is almost strictly soldiers and knights almost all the time.
Just humans.
Yeah, just people. People are white.
Dudes.
So now we know how Wizards feels about everyone else.
Got him.
Cruel Revival, it is a removal spell that will kill almost everything.
It kills a lot.
Might as well say destroy target non-black creature. But actually, I can't even say that because it kills the 2 creatures in black we've reviewed so far.
Yeah, one of them though is not going to get cast, so it's going to be hard to kill.
And sadly, doesn't kill a couple blue creatures randomly.
Yeah, the 6/9 Trampler.
Yep. So
that's unfortunate. But Cruel Revival's a good card. I like this card.
Yes, this is a 5-mana removal spell. If we're
you play this with 0 zombies in your deck, by the way.
Yeah.
This is just a removal spell.
Yeah, as we established before, what do we say? 5-mana 3/3 flyer is kind of your standard. 5-mana.
5-mana destroy a creature
is kind of your standard,
especially at instant
limited
speed.
Removal spell.
Good card. I like it.
Oh, absolutely.
I love the art too. I want to point out they definitely increased the art.
Yeah, I think it's much cooler. It makes more sense.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, rating like 4 to 5. I was thinking.
I'd say 5,
All
easy.
right.
This is a removal spell. I'm always, if I'm black, I have it there.
Yeah. Sometimes worth splashing for if you have like blue
Exactly.
even
Yeah,
with a
it's
zombie.
important to note it is a single black, which a lot of the common black removal spells are black, black 3.
Often, like we didn't talk about it in the first one where the blue and white cards, but often if you're splashing for a card, it's going to be like black or red because those are the strongest of splashable effects.
Yes. So anyway, yeah, I put this at a solid 5.
Yeah. Another veteran sealed card, but it's still amazing in draft.
Absolutely. Next up, Dark Dabbling.
I love the name. I'll give it credit for
I
the
love
name.
the name. Hate the card.
It's what does it do?
It's
not
like
bad. Cantrips. Remember?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, cantrips. It cantrips.
Like, I'd put this in the same boat as like Necrobite, which is regenerate target creature. It gains Death Touch with the same mana cost.
I
I think you board this card in against people with a lot of.
This is your 23rd card, maybe.
With a lot of like removal. Of note, it doesn't deal with like Cruel Revival because that has the can't be regenerated clause.
Yeah, I'd say 23rd or 24th if you're an aggressive deck.
If you can hit the spell mastery every time, then this
You're not
card's
an
pretty
aggressive
good.
deck.
But like if you could guarantee spell mastery, this card is a lot better.
Yeah, it does what you want it to do in the deck that you want it in. Although it kind of doesn't synergize with the deck you want it in.
I would put this at like a 2.5.
Yeah,
scale of 1 to,
2.
10 being the best, or 10 being.
Oh yeah,
best,
you didn't establish that again, just in case.
10,
Yeah.
10 is best.
0 is Chimney Imp.
Yeah, 0.
10 is Stormcrow.
10 Stormcrow, obviously. Stormcrow,
Oh.
the Mind Sculptor.
Yes,
Get on
so
it,
that's
Wizards.
That's kind of where we put things. Next up, we have a card.
Dark Petition here. I said this before. I really like how they made it. So there's a tutor that isn't legacy playable that costs essentially 2 mana. Like you can't play this in Storm, but
yeah, they're not gonna play this. I don't think.
no, it's not Grim Tutor. This is just strictly worse than Grim Tutor.
Yeah, and they play what, one Grim Tutor?
One Grim Tutor, and it's like $200.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan's online.
If you want
I don't
a
know
budgeted,
if that screen goes that far, but
if you can't afford Grim Tutor and you're really obsessed with those lists in Legacy, then put this in. You're a little worse off, but it might be functional.
do it for Grizzlebrand. He likes you. That's what the art says.
The art is pretty sick.
Yeah, Grizzlebrand's gonna demolish whoever that is in his clutches.
This I'd say is probably.
If you're talking about, like,
I think it's a standard card.
Maybe standard, definitely EDH. This is another EDH tutor.
EDH is yeah.
This is better than Diabolic Tutor, and people play that. So
Diabolic Tutor.
yeah, your 4 mana tutor.
Oh yeah.
But this is much better in sealed than it is in limited, than draft. It's probably still good in draft even, but searching for whatever you need in sealed. Often in sealed, skipping the 1 turn isn't as important as it is in draft.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a great sealed card. I think it's probably a standard.
It might be like a 1 of in standard. I don't know if
they're trying to make modern combo-y more. I doubt it. I think they don't want that.
I don't think this is gonna hit modern. I think it might hit standard, and that's about the lengths. Standard EDH.
Let's see this. I don't even really like this in limited. I think this is an EDH and standard card.
And sealed. Sealed, not draft that much.
I'm saying, yeah, I'd say not draft. So anyway,
where would you put this in sealed?
In sealed specifically?
Yes.
Oh, you're definitely running this in sealed.
Yeah, so like a 6 in sealed, 5, 6.
6 in sealed, absolutely.
In draft, this is probably like a 2.
A 2.
Yeah.
I put it at 2 in draft.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Next page. You're next, buddy. Alright. Deadbridge Shaman. Because I could read.
I just don't.
It's an
like
elf,
this.
which matters.
Yeah, it does, but I don't like this card.
Alright, Red's gonna give it the caca reading, but I think this is actually pretty decent limited card.
I think it's fine. I guess it's fine.
It's a 3/1, so it trades up or down. It trades however the hell you want to trade, because you're the one attacking or blocking with this card.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it is target opponent. If it was each player, this would be pretty bad. But since it's target opponent, I would give it like a 3-ish in limited.
I could jump on the. I'm gonna, 2.5 just to be controversial.
Okay, way to go.
Or 3.1 to be flavorful.
Okay, I think that's all we need to say about the card. It's not ShamWow.
It's not going anywhere beyond limited, and even there, it's not great.
On the other hand, we're moving on to my legitimate favorite Magic card ever. It has passed Armageddon.
The first of this episode, I'm putting as a legacy card.
I'm gonna say this card is my vote for best designed Magic card ever.
Absolutely.
This, like, whoever made this card, I want to just walk up to him, give him a hug.
They now own Wizards.
Pretty much, give this guy like full
stake in the company,
full set, like head designer of the next set. He deserves it. But this card is fantabulous.
Yeah, I love this card. I love its design. I think it is so well designed. I feel like it has to be made for something powerful. And if you're not familiar with Legacy, like most people aren't, I think this is a trick style card. It's a deck where you donate stuff to your opponent.
Yeah, you're going to give it to them after you get your 3 decent modes.
Exactly. You basically set yourself up for 3 turns, and then you protect your donate effect, which is usually the card donate. And you're going to give this to them, so on their upkeep, they are going to lose the game.
Yeah, you can play like donate, or I think Ledgermane works with this, but that card's not very good.
You'd also play Illusions of Grandeur is the other option. You could play both in the same deck. I think blue-black's the way to go. I'm excited to brew it. I think it's fun. I think this card... I think it's a legacy card. I do.
I like this card because it reminds me a lot of Abyssal Persecutor, which is like my favorite black creature ever. So, look at all this value going on here.
And Abyssal Persecutor is a legacy card, so boom.
Boom.
Logic.
Abyssal Stompy.
Demon Stompy, yeah.
Yeah. But I love this card. Like, you don't play it. Well, if you're playing this in limited, you don't play it on turn 4 ever. I don't care if you have a way to like bounce it to your hand. If something happens in response, the game is over. You have cost yourself the game by casting this on turn 4. This is one of those like super risky, super fun cards.
It's a stylish way to lose.
It definitely is.
Yeah, I agree. You could actually, if you really just hate your opponent, you could just play this and then next turn be like, I'll lose the game. Just leave.
Of note, if your opponent plays this and you play the card from Time Spiral on them that gives them an extra upkeep, they're dead the next turn.
Is that Paradox
Paradox Haze, I believe?
Is that Paradox Haze? That's right.
You can really make them upset. Really yeah, Parallax Tide is the fading counter land one.
Yes.
Land suction.
Yes.
Parallax Wave being the best of that cycle.
Both of them were good.
I like them all.
But
yeah, good card. I don't know how to rate this card at all.
In limited, I say don't.
Well, you could probably play it, just don't cast it ever. Okay, wait till your opponent's like out of gas, and you know this will end the game.
Yeah, I say probably not in limited. I say standard.
Probably in standard. Probably in modern. Probably in legacy.
I'm gonna say definite legacy. I don't know about modern.
All right, I like this card.
Don't get me wrong. I love the card. I just think legacy has the means to make it a really solid, like a playable. It's a win condition.
Absolutely.
So that's where I put this card. Vintage, no. just to say, I want to say vintage once this episode because I don't think there's anything in this that hits vintage.
Maybe. Well, we'll find.
Last episode there wasn't. I think there is a card. I just forget where. So we'll find.
Demonic Pact. I love this card. Just moving on.
Absolutely.
Another card I love.
Design-wise, 10 out of 10.
This is a 15 out of 10 design-wise.
Yes.
You can't design it better than this. But someday a card will be better designed, and I will be like, wow, remember when Demonic Pact was out? I loved that card.
And then we'll brew with that again.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're moving on to a card that reminds me a lot of Bloodghast, Despoiler of Souls.
Bloodghast and Icarid.
Icarid, that one comes up. Nether Shadow. That one also comes to mind.
Yeah. Okay, so we're naming a bunch of legacy creatures that are good because they recur themselves.
They come back from the graveyard to play, of note.
Yeah.
They don't go to your hand.
Recurring theme here is them making a bunch of legacy cards into modern standard legal. This one I think also hits legacy again.
I don't know if this is legacy, but I want Pox to play this. I think this is a Pox card.
Pox already plays Nether Spirit.
Oh yeah, that's their only creature. Never mind.
Yeah.
I think modern Pox could play this because.
So you're looking at the other creatures
Raven's
like this.
Prime.
You got what? Icarid, Nether Spirit, Bloodghast, and Nether Shadow.
Yeah, both the Nether guys. What one's the one if there's a creature above it or 3 creatures above it? I think it's
Nether Shadow. Yeah. Either way, all 4 of those get played in Legacy.
To some extent, yes.
Yes. Some more than others, but they all 4 get played. This, because it's the 5th of that, I think it might get there.
I want it to. I love this card.
I think it could. I don't know where, but I would put it on my Legacy watch list. In Limited, this card is, I think, great.
I think it's pretty decent, yeah.
I don't...
Since it can't block, just unless your opponent gets like a 1-for-0 on you by blocking it for free, just attack with this card. If they have a 1/1, you want to trade with it.
Yeah, it says can't block because
if you're blocking with this, then you're not playing it how it was designed.
Yeah, no, this was made to attack.
This isn't a reassembling skeleton. This is a badass hit your opponent in the face skeleton.
The can't block clause on there is to teach you that this is a card that's meant to attack, trade, die, force blocks, etc., or deal 3 damage. It is a great limited card. I put it at an 8.
8? Oh, that's high. I was gonna say like a 6.
Now I say 8. We've been given too many 6s. I gotta put some things higher.
Oh well, there's like 2 cards in the next line we'll put higher.
True. Well, I want to put a rare high.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a 7 then, just for you.
It's not okay. Fine, 7. I'll settle on a 7. This is not slam pick, but it is definitely worth moving to the front of your pack when you open it and going, this is probably something I'm putting in.
You do the Pat Chafin shuffle, and you put like the 3 cards you're considering to the front.
Exactly.
And then you shuffle it so they don't know what you actually were gonna look at. You know.
Yeah.
I love this card. Moving on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this one. We're getting all the good cards in this section.
Yeah, it's almost like black is made to be good now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, what do we think of this guy? I want to hear your... I don't know, you're Mr. Black, so...
Oh, black is my favorite color. Yeah, I think this guy is house in Limited. Like, you're not beating this card in Limited. Often, at least. And I think that's about as far as I'd put him. I want him to hit Modern.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has potential in Modern, but I don't know. That's about... probably Standard also. But,
what are you putting him in?
Like, what deck, or...
No, I mean, which formats? I'm sorry, I missed.
Modern, probably Standard also.
Okay.
Better in Modern than he is in Standard, surprisingly.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of things end up like
the
that.
The second lines, this part of the text will never matter in Standard. For the most part. Like, I can't think of a single... Den Protector! Oh, baby! Never mind, this card's amazing. Play this card.
You mean Delve?
Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah, this is the best card in the deck. The set. Not close.
For standard.
Probably. That's ridiculous. Delvorks, too.
This card was made for standard.
Whew. Alright, I like this guy.
And this is coming from two, as we said in the first episode, we'll say again, two non-standard players. Two standard idiots.
Two people. I don't even acknowledge standard as a format for the most part. But yeah, that's just me.
But I do, but it's not really... it's not something that I look forward to playing or doing.
I have no intention of buying a completely new deck every year.
Yeah, as we said when it came to when we were doing this review, and we might as well put it out there.
Hey, go for it.
I am like, yeah, we're not here to give standard evaluations because we're bad at it, but Dom is very much a good limited player.
I do love drafting. I haven't gone in like a month, but I used to draft every week.
I'd say both of us are on par for cubes. And then I do more of the legacy.
Never mind. I was going to say you were more of like a fantasy cube, like live the dream. But
yes.
But then again, I like going 5-color every time I can in cube, so.
That is true. Splashing Obliterator.
Splashing Obliterator.
As far... Basically, we're giving reviews as best we can for the formats we're good at. And then standard, we're just going to make broad generalizations.
Yeah.
The only reason I say standard for this is because I can't see it. I can't put it in Vintage Legacy, or I guess it could go in EDH, I guess.
Someone will play this in EDH. I won't yell at them.
Yeah, I won't yell at them.
The first line will never matter in EDH, but
yeah. So anyway, that's where we're gonna put this card. I put
it
limited.
Very good.
Limited. This is a 10, I think. You open this, I'm playing black.
Yeah. Okay. This is the Gideon's Tapman of black.
Yeah, exactly. So outside of limited standard, I think it's gonna hit just because of that creature exiled thing.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. There we go, guys.
Love
Sorry for the aside. I just wanted to
throw that out there.
Yeah, well, we're not we don't have an established audience yet, so they don't really know us. So
I don't know us either.
And neither do I. Maybe I'm not even a decent legacy player. Maybe I'm just trash.
Oh, that's probably true.
Most likely. Yeah. I've played some very strange cards in Legacy. Eyeblight Assassin.
What does he do when he enters? Alright, so this guy's like a Blister 6 Shaman guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other cards that have similar effects.
Yeah, I think this guy's fine.
I like him.
Gray Ogre that has the potential to kill something.
Yeah. I of note, he's an assassin, so that one card that's like tap, exile an assassin, destroy a creature.
Yeah.
That EDH deck has like a 14th assassin to put in it.
Thank goodness.
Whew!
It's sad they made it so you can't play him and kill your own Deadbridge Shaman to make them discard a card.
Ooh. Nanbo. Never mind, I don't like this card anymore.
0.
but seriously, it's probably like a 3 or a 4.
I usually put Gray Ogres around 3.
This is a little better than a Gray Ogre. 3.5.
3.5 is fair.
Okay.
Not a bad card. Outside of that, nothing.
Yeah, unless you're playing Assassins.
In EDH, yes.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly EDH.
Fair enough. Or if you're just playing a bunch of random jank black cards in like the Stromgold, whatever his name is, EDH deck where you can't play anything.
Stromgold?
The knight that can only be cast from your graveyard, so you can never actually.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, don't play that guy.
Yeah. Anyway, Eyeblight Massacre.
I have no idea how to evaluate this card, to be honest.
I think it's really good.
It probably is. There are a lot of incidental elves.
I'm going to say, amend my statement to limited. In limited, I think it's very, very good.
Yeah, it's good in limited. I will agree with this.
It kills a lot of stuff.
And if you're in black, you have a good amount of elves in your deck anyways, because most of them are black. Yes. There's probably more black than green elves in hindsight.
Yeah, it's strange.
They really push black elves.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that.
Unlike humans, they're not as racist towards elves.
Yeah, I guess so. No blacks.
It's a very good limited card. It's probably like a 5 in limited.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which gets better or worse depending on who you're playing against. And
if you're the elf deck, this is a great follow-up to a all-out attack with elves.
Yeah, or you play this and then you attack because all their guys are dead and they're dead.
Yeah.
I love the art on this guy too. Just that guy that elf is given the D.
Yeah, The art again in this set is amazing.
Fantastic. I love the Despoiler of Souls art. I just didn't bring that up. Like, I'm not a fan of spiders, but that creepy spider thing, that gets me. I like that.
Yeah, it's sick. The art is.
And Demonic Pact is my favorite art in the set. I'll scroll up, but I love Liliana so much. So. Alright.
Yeah, I play Massacre. Play it in your elf deck. If you're not elves,
Probably you might play it.
Maybe you sideboard it.
Yeah, there'll be reasons for stuff.
I don't know what you're doing. Fetid Imp.
Yeah, this art's not very good.
yeah, right after we praise the
So they reprinted Chimney Imp. I'm just kidding.
No,
this guy's better than Chimney Imp.
Yeah, he is.
Not even close. Look, he has the same stats for 3 less mana.
Yeah.
He actually killed something once. Poor Chimney Imp.
I have not much to say about this card.
Yeah,
I guess
you play him
fine.
if you're in black, probably. Just being able to trade this with anything your opponent has makes it decent. I remember when Typhoid Rats came out, and I was like, I don't think this card is very good. And now I really like Typhoid Rats, because I played with them for a while, and I just realized sometimes your opponent can literally not attack into Typhoid Rats.
That's true.
So,
all right.
Jank Death Touch creatures are often decent, or very, very good in Limited. I'd say very good.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I'd give this guy like a 3.54, just because he could trade it with anything.
I was going to say 4 because of the Death Touch.
Aye.
So, yeah, and outside of Limited, obviously, no.
Yeah, don't play that card.
Yeah, please don't.
Unless you have Imp Tribal, then I'm pulling for you.
Now we got
You better have 4 Chimney Imps in there.
New art,
Fleshbag Marauder?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the one in the dual decks.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like the art.
Speed versus Cunning, I believe.
I think it's better than the original art, the Shards of Laura art.
I didn't like the fat blob.
He's I'll go for Limited. I don't know where you put him.
I liked Fleshbag the first time he was in Limited, and I liked Merciless Executioner.
Okay.
So they're not my favorite cards, but if I'm in black, I'm gonna put this in my deck.
Okay, cool.
Like a 4 maybe.
Yeah.
Giving a lot of 4s, but these are all like baseline cards.
Yeah, they're cards that you're not unhappy to play. I think is where I put 4 to 4-ish, 3.5 to 5, I guess.
Yeah.
Outside of Limited, I'm getting this art foil for Legacy.
Play Standard, so you could play 4 Fleshbags and 4 Merciless Executioners, and make your opponent hate themselves. Because you'll never kill them. All your creatures sack themselves.
I'm getting to foil one of this art for Legacy, definitely. And then...
What Legacy deck does this get played in?
It's sideboard in, like, the pod decks or the green-black decks.
Oh, this might be decent in Nick Fit.
Yeah, Nick Fit usually runs it. It's good because you need a good match, something good to get versus Emrakul, and this guy is
Show and Tell.
Great.
Here's my Emrakul.
Yeah, Show and Tell. I'm just saying any of the Emrakul decks. He is a good sideboard slot if you are a creature deck in Legacy.
I agree.
That plays black, so he has been played a lot in Legacy as one of sideboard, and I like this art the best. I think.
Okay. It's better than the Fat Blob.
Yeah, the Fat Blob was kind of gross. But if you don't like this guy, you can always get the one from the last set,
which was Shards of Alara, I believe.
The Executioner. Well,
that one too. Yeah, well,
And
one of them...
Actually, they're both warriors
They're
now.
both warriors. One's a zombie, one's a... human?
Yeah.
I think.
So if the creature type map, like, again, maybe just get one of each for your legacy collection.
This guy's pretty good if you play like zombie tribal EDH too. You should always have this guy in there.
Yeah, probably. He's cool against. Yeah, absolutely. And each player sacrifices, so.
Yeah, really make everyone hate you.
Also.
And then play Death Cloud. And really make everyone hate you.
All right, when Death Cloud comes out, it's time to move on.
Okay.
Limited for.
Yeah, 4.
Otherwise, it's a legacy one of, and that's about it, folks.
All right, moving on to like an 8.5 in limited.
Yeah.
This card is nuts.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna see anything unless Elves hit standard, which it might. This isn't gonna see any play in it. Or Elf EDH, maybe also.
Yeah, Elf EDH, I could see this. Just because it's removal. So what's his name? The green black guy, I forget.
Broken absurd guy. The 3/2.
Yeah, whenever an opponent discards a card and you put no.
Oh, that one, Nath.
Nath.
For some reason, I thought we were talking about the green black one in the set that we'll get to eventually.
That card.
Yeah, the one that was way too pushed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Elves
this
becomes
guy.
a standard deck. That card's in it as a 4 of.
Yeah, and that card goes beyond standard, I think.
Absolutely.
So.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
This guy's great, though. He
This
kills
guy,
a lot of things.
I think he was made mostly for limited. I don't know. He could get there in
kills
standard.
Siege Rhino.
Yeah.
My poor little Siege Rhino. I know. I like this guy a lot. He's pretty cool. Good design.
Yeah, I'd say very good design. 8.5 in limited is what we said.
8.5. I'd stick with. It kills
with
almost everything. Even himself. Oh, no, not elf. Sorry. It doesn't kill anything. Everything's an elf. Alright, moving him down to 8.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, this guy's good, though. If you're in black, you're playing this card.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Removal on a stick.
Yeah, if creatures that destroy things when they enter, very decent. Always.
Yes.
Usually like a 2-for-1. Now we got
Deep Shadow times 2.
I like how they were tired of standard being dominated by Elvish Mystic and Llanowar Elf. Now they made it so elves are the ramp colors only. And it's black, it's not even a green card.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I like this guy a lot. I like him more than the average mana dork because this guy goes pretty well into late game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he also could turn into a pretty sick blocker.
Like, if elves hit standard, this is snap 4 of.
Yeah.
But, I don't think it's gonna... Like, elf EDH, maybe. I don't think it's gonna hit legacy or modern.
I don't think so. There's an off chance. I doubt it, though.
Alright. Limited rating? Like, 4 if you have, like, 4 other elves, at least.
Yeah, I usually like mana rampers in my green-black decks.
Yeah, it's much better in green-black than black any other color.
Well, yeah, obviously green-black, because that's what he is.
Well, you could just play him in black.
I'm just saying, most of my green-black, I play him like I like to ramp to big, bomby stuff. I like it better in green-blue, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I agree. Good card, though. Oop.
Very good card. Next up.
Next bet. I love this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's sick. Sometimes your opponent just dies.
I'm saying I'm putting it in Doran EDH.
Yeah. I think this guy squeaks in Doran pretty effectively. Limited rating? Good, because he's a 1/4 death touch, so the death touch is going to matter, and he usually can get 2 creatures.
Yeah.
And if he gets through, like, your opponent's going to have to, like, trade with him, or double block, and then you kill the creature you want to kill. Because they don't want him to get through. He might hit for, like, 4 or 5, like, relatively early.
Yeah, they're generally chump blocking him. I don't really have much to say about him other than the fact that He may be pushed beyond limited. I don't know.
He might hit like standard warriors.
That's what I was thinking. It's just because he is the warrior type. So yeah. Other than that, I don't see anything. Door and EDH, I'm putting him in, but
I'd give him a 5 if I had been limited.
I could put him as a 5.
Right.
He's definitely not a slam first pick rare.
No, I would probably take, like, if Blightcaster was in the pack, I'd probably take that. Or there was another card we were talking about, the Angel with counters.
Who am I kidding? I'm a Timmy.
Give me all the rares.
Give me all the rares, baby. I'll make something work.
All right, we can move on. I think we talked about him enough.
I agree.
Another good art card, though.
Yeah, it's the trend of this set. I think they wanted this. I think they wanted to send out this set with a bang.
The art director really chose some nice pieces.
Yes.
Alright.
On to
Scourgemark.
Yeah.
This is very similar to Scourgemark. I think it's better than Scourgemark because it incentivizes your opponent not to kill your Kingfisher.
I agree. This is an aura that I'm more likely to play.
But it's a good card. Like, it pushes through 2 extra damage often.
Yeah, and that or replaces itself.
Yeah, how would I rate this in limited? But like a 4 if you're the Enchantress deck, but like a 3 if you're not, I guess. I don't know how early I'd take this if I knew I was Enchantress already. Like Black-White Enchantress.
If you know you're Enchantress already?
Yeah, like, let's say I first picked a Sigil of the Empty Throne and got past a Blightcaster. And this is pick 3, there's this, or, like, playable dudes.
I take playable dudes.
Okay.
You'll see more of these.
That's a good point. Okay.
I don't put many people on the Enchantress plan. I don't put many people on wanting to play this if they're not on the Enchantress plan.
I can see playing this outside of Enchantress pretty easily.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I'm just less likely to.
Your type of play style doesn't favor these cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just how I play.
I like playing aggressive and just putting this on a dude. Block this! Block this!
If I'm more about the synergy, so I'm more likely to play Enchantress. But I don't mind. This is one again. I don't mind if I'm not Enchantress. I don't mind putting it in as like a last card. I'd rather just take dudes over it though.
Yep, I can agree with that. We can move on.
Yes.
To an effect that will always be around.
Yeah, it'll get printed.
I could name like 15 over recent memory. We have Cranial Extraction, Memoricide, Thought Hemorrhage.
Which one's played in Legacy? The
Phyrexian
red
Mana
black one?
Oh, Slaughter Games. The
Yeah,
uncounterable one.
Uncounterable one.
And then there's Extirpate and the other one.
Yeah, those get played as well, but
I forgot the name of the one with the Phyrexian Mana one.
yeah, I'm not. These types of cards, like, just don't play it in limited.
Yep, that's a good point.
This is designed. This is a sideboard design, is where I put it.
Like, you only ever want to play this in limited if you know your opponent has a card you legitimately cannot beat otherwise. But you probably don't even board it in then. You just hope to God they don't draw it.
Yeah, this was not designed for limited.
If they have two though, then you rig it in.
Yeah, if they got 2 of those owls or like 2 of those angels with counters on.
Owls. I was thinking more of like the tap guy, the ridiculous tap guy, or.
How the fuck did they get 2 of those?
It's only a rare. I've seen worse.
That's true. All right, fair enough.
I'm not even gonna give it a limited rating because it doesn't deserve one. It'll hit standard though. These always hit standard.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No. Like I said, this is designed for sideboard. This is like, we need something like this for standard for sideboards.
Yeah. Hey, let's kill 4 Siege Rhinos for 1 card. Oh, yeah. You know what they should reprint? What is that? Eradicate? The kill a creature and then do this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a card. When they reprint that, then I'll be on board to playing this.
Yeah.
Alright, we can move on. It's not an exciting card. It's just always around.
Yeah, it's printed a lot. It's usually a rare. It's rare because they don't want it to be in limited a lot because it's not a limited card.
Yeah.
That's why it's rare a lot of the time, and it's a weird effect.
Yes. That's why some cards that don't seem mythic worthy are mythic, because they don't want people that open them in limited often.
Exactly.
Because they don't provide great gameplay sometimes. Like, I'm trying to think. Worldfire. You know. Don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
Alright, next.
Yeah. Again, when we go to the Worldfire route, that's another route Dom takes that I have to. We have to move.
Just has to keep going on.
Yeah, Death Cloud, now Worldfire. Next will be like
Decree of Annihilation. I'm calling it already.
Biorhythm.
Ooh, Biorhythm. Unban that. What is that? Sway of the Stars. Give me that card in EDH.
All right, let's go on to the next thing.
Okay.
Name I can't pronounce.
I'm gonna try to pronounce it for the sake of funliness.
Kothafed.
Pseudoephedrine. Soul Hoarder.
Ooh, Migraine.
He's a legend.
Golden Sinus.
Yes.
He is legendary.
This is a card you want in limited, and then you want a way to remove him from the battlefield before you die.
I don't think you're gonna die right away.
Well, he could stay in play for like 4 or 5 turns, but
if you have any type of life gain effect,
yeah,
you don't care.
If you have if they're an enchantment that gave lifelink, usually I hate those cards, but on this guy, it's just a powerhouse.
Yeah, I agree.
But, of note, you still don't play the gain 4 life draw card if this is in your deck. Don't play that card.
Please don't.
This guy's really ridiculous, though.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this guy's an absolute bomb. In limited.
Snap first pick, probably.
Yeah, I put him at a 9.
9? I was just going to say an 8.
No, I put him at 9.
Okay, you could put him at 9.
He's a card advantage engine, even if it costs you a little life. He's probably winning you the game faster than he's losing you the game.
Okay, I can agree with that.
So I put him at 9. Other than that, I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, cool EDH
I don't think you
card.
want this in the EDH, you're probably in trouble.
Someone will play it, they'll die to it, and they'll be like, yep, cutting it.
Yeah. Next up, Languish.
Otherwise known as...
Toxic Deluge.
No, this is not Toxic Deluge. This is... Oh my god, I had... Mutilate. This is literally Mutilate. If you mutilate it for more than 4, then what the hell are you doing playing Mutilate?
Yeah, I agree.
But this is a good card, though. I'm glad this is going to be in Standard.
Yeah, which is where I think it's going to get the most play.
It's not going to kill any Siege Rhinos, but it kills all the Butcher the Hordes. People at our local store.
That are totally watching this.
Just have to keep firing shots at them until they get the memo.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, no, I think this is a very solid card.
Yeah, very
I think it's a standard card. It's
standard. Yeah.
If you get it in your limited pool and you're black and you're more controlling, so like you're black blue or black white, then you probably want to play this.
This might even see Doran play.
It
It kills like all non-Doran creatures.
That is true.
If you didn't see that coming, you didn't expect to want to put this in Doran, but now you're thinking about it. I can tell.
Yeah, now I'm considering it. We'll see. The Doran vote is out. Other than limited and standard, I don't see this getting there. I think there's better options in modern.
Yeah.
Damnation.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, don't play this in modern if Damnation. Well, if you can't afford Damnation, this is probably a fine replacement for the most part.
Yeah. You don't have to deal with non-targeting and indestructible as much in...
There are times you're going to lose the game because you don't have Damnation and you have this instead. But often it'll just be the same card.
I agree. Next.
Oh, Liliana, how you doing?
Boop. Do you want to go off the rails on this one because you love her?
Alright, now, there's like 14 different things I like about this card. Number 1, it's a cleric. So it goes right into cleric CDH. it has lifelink. It's cool. When a non-token creature you control dies, so you could like play her, flip her immediately, and get a zombie that doesn't come into play tapped, so it defends her for some reason. And then you flip over. Oh, hi, Liliana. Some sick art on both parts. Like each player discards a card. I wonder where that is in effect. I can't think of it. And then revive a non-legend with CMC like 3 or less the turn you play it. Seems decent. Can't get herself back. She's a legend. They thought that through. But I love this card. And then like when a creature controlled dies, what is this? Grave Betrayal for your creatures. This is a great card. I love the design on this one.
You said it as well as I expected you to. Pretty much great. Right on. I'm gonna say this when I first saw it, and I'm gonna stick by it. I might regret it, but I'm gonna say this is my call for, along with Gideon, the 2 legacy planeswalkers from this set.
I could definitely see that happening.
So
it might take some time to catch on, but
yeah, some of these cards that are strange take time to find their place in the format.
I also want to point out the bluish tinted crows in our art. Shout out to Stormcrow. I know you're watching this video, Stormcrow.
Yes, so we know it's around a 10.
Yeah. No, you'd snap this in limited.
Absolutely.
Like, the ability, the +2 isn't super relevant, but just even using the -X once is just usually enough to, like, take over a game. Just getting a guy back for free.
Yeah.
And if you ever get to -8, which isn't that difficult because it's only 3 turns of it being in play, then your opponent goes, think I'm dead. It's that simple. You want to add anything else, Brent?
All right. Well, in typical Dom fashion, I'll add Biorhythm. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. World Fire.
Ooh.
I'll just say Death Cloud. All right. I think
it works really well with Death Cloud. You can sack your other creatures. Then look at this Planeswalker you have sticking around.
Limited bomb. Take this card.
Wait, something just occurred to me, Brent. Sorry about this.
Go.
Cataclysm with this card in Legacy. Boop! I'll keep the Liliana. Oh, look at this Planeswalker over here. Check that out. It's not great, but it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stand by what you said initially.
Okay.
So, anyway, yes. Limited. Absolutely take this. This is awesome. It's Planeswalker. It's
a 2/3 with lifelink for 3 at worst.
Yeah, and then at best it's
pretty best.
Yeah. Standard, I think it gets there.
It's still not my favorite Liliana, but I love it.
No, it's not.
Nothing will ever pass Liliana of the Dark Realms.
I could see this being a modern card.
I could see it also, yeah.
I'm going to call it as a legacy card, and that's where I put this. It's a very good card.
Probably
I think it hits
standard.
Cube.
Oh, it absolutely hits Cube. It goes into my mediocre Cube, even if it doesn't hit regular Cube.
Yeah, I think it is a Cube card. Absolutely. I just don't know what black 3-drop they're going to cut for it. So yeah, that's where I put this. Oh, just a reminder, because we didn't talk about anything Cube recently. When we talk about Cube, we're mostly referring to...
Brent has a modern Cube?
Well, yeah, but when we're saying Cube, we're talking...
MTGO, Magic Online Cube.
Yes.
That's the baseline Cube that everyone goes by. Though they made it trash by adding vampires, it's baseline. It's coming back in like a week from this video's recording, so... Woohoo! I'll have to force vampires, depressingly. Alright. And I also have a cube, the Meteo Cube, which is just cards that aren't good enough to be in regular cubes, but I enjoy. And the links to the Modern Cube and the Meteo Cube will be in the description.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Over
right,
to
I just have to say, creepiest art in the set.
Yeah, well, this is pretty damn creepy, I agree. It was pretty damn creepy when it was in Dissension also.
Dissension, yeah.
But, I'm glad they reprinted Macabre Waltz. I like it more than those stupid Unearth effects they put in the sets, so... Not Unearth. What is it? Raised Dead?
Raised Dead.
I don't like Raised Dead. This card's like way better than Raised Dead.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you like, this is one of those cards where you hold that land in your hand late game, hoping you draw the waltz, and then you can just I'll return 2 creatures, pitch the land. Oh, look at that value right there. Who needs these stupid lands anymore? And then you just rub it in your opponent that you just got 2 cards back for a land and a Macabre Waltz. Want to say anything else, Brett?
No, I think honestly, you've been taking the words right out of my mouth. This card just kind of makes me nauseous. So
yeah. Limited rating, probably like solid 4. Better in sealed.
Yeah, much better in sealed.
How about 4 in sealed, 3 in draft?
I could agree with this.
Okay.
I don't think that's much better. I think 4.5 in sealed. It gets you back your stuff that you want.
Yeah, it's very good in sealed. They changed the flavor text this time.
Yes.
It's not much better, but
no, yeah, they're working on it. They keep trying to, just do something funny with this card. Do something inappropriate.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd be like, care to dance?
Ooh.
Or like, may I butt in?
It takes 2 to tango.
Ooh.
Put a piece of crap one there.
Yeah, there we go. All right, next.
Waltz this way, but I'm cheating.
Sorry, I had to go on to the next card.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm feeling a world fire coming on.
Macabre Waltz pretty good with Death Cloud. Moving on. Malakir Coldblade. I'll let you take the wheel with this one, Brent. I piloted the other 2 cards to victory, so it's your turn.
That's fair enough. All right. 2 for 1/1. I usually don't like this. I'm gonna strictly talk about this card in limited.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna hit standard, though he's a warrior, so it's possible.
Yeah, I don't think he hits really anything other than limited. So in limited, I don't like 2 for 1/1, even if it has an effect that makes it bigger. They'll probably kill it before that matters.
Yeah. This guy gets pretty huge, though. Sometimes he'll just win you the game.
Might, and sometimes you'll play him and he'll just die to any number.
The guy that gives -1/-1.
Yeah, he's just one. Yeah, a 1/1 is not where you want to be
for 2. He puts you behind the curve for when you cast him.
Because he's an aggressive creature that's not aggressively costed.
Like, if you curve this guy into the elf that gives a guy -1/-1, and then get a counter on this guy, that's pretty good, but you have to have some synergies with it. Like, you have to get it going early.
I still put it at a 3.
A 3 is about where I would leave this card, too.
Okay, cool. So, and that's strictly limited. That's all it's going to be.
Aye.
Next,
moving on.
Talk about common to uncommon to common again.
You want to take the words out of your own mouth here? It's Spooky Nantuko, Brent.
He's not the Spooky Nantuko.
What one's that?
Nantuko, I forget his name. I only know him as Spooky Nantuko. He's the green one.
Oh.
Because he's got the little ghosty hand.
Oh, Phantom Nantuko.
Yes. Phantom Nantuko is Spooky Nantuko.
This is Husky Nantuko. This guy's good. He's what is the other guy? From like 2 sets ago, 2 core sets, like Dead Baron, something like that. The one that the vampire that you can sack a guy, he gets +2/+2. These are gonna be around, like vampire. I can't think of the other one. Vampire. There was just one in Modern Masters 2.
The thing I'm gonna say about Nantuko Husk, he's usually very, very strong. But the thing to harp on here is that this isn't a token format, and he's much better. There's just, you're churning out tokens and shit.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I will rate him lower than I did in the other 2 formats where there were a lot more token cards.
I could agree.
Which I put him as a 4.5 then, or 5.
Okay.
Because he's a Grey Ogre that's very good. Here, I'll put him as a 4. Just a solid 4.
4 sounds about right for him.
Yeah. So, also, if you ever read a Star City Games article about an EDH deck that's Steel and Sack, that went completely off the rails.
This is personal feuds. Death Cloud! I have to stop it here!
Let's go to the next card!
I was gonna say something, I forgot. But it probably doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll just move on. If I think about it, I'll pop it out.
I think Death Cloud sums it up best.
Death Cloud.
Next.
When you need a crappy reanimate, you got a crappy reanimate! Look at that! Yeah, this is, if you're going for the synergy, you have, like, ways to dump cards, this is probably fine.
In limited.
In sealed, this card's decent. In draft, this card is a steamy piece of that noise Brent just made. That one.
And then outside of it, it's nothing.
You pretty much.
Next.
It's like a 3 in sealed, like a 1 in draft. Yeah.
Next.
Talking about a nice steamy fart noise. This is Unnerve. Target player discards 2 cards for 4 mana. You know, Mind Rot has gone a long way.
What glorious times we live in.
It's better art than Mind Rot, but that's about all I can say about it. It's better in sealed again. That doesn't make it great. This is also like a 3 in sealed, 1 in draft. Not an exciting
I never
card.
want to play this card ever.
A lot of people don't, Brent. We'll move on. Priest of the Bloodright. Now let's talk about cards you could donate. It's a sleeper agent, Brent. You can just sleeper agent them out.
Now this is a crazy good version of Sleeper Agent.
Yeah, Sleeper Agent's come a long way also.
I think I'm reading this right?
Yeah, it makes a 5/5 demon, and then if this 2/2 sticks around, you lose life.
Yeah.
So basically, it's 5 mana for a 5/5 demon and a chump blocker that you're actively looking to chump block with.
Yeah, or you're putting 7 power on the board for 5, and you're getting them for 7 all the time.
Yeah, that works too.
This guy's very good in limited.
I like the art. This one's like depicting a story. The guy's like ritualing, and then the demon shows up, and he's like, "Crap! Didn't expect it to work. Some will sacrifice everything for but a taste of power."
Yeah,
it's a good card.
I think that's gonna be on my epitaph.
I don't know what the hell that means. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the writing on your tombstone.
Oh, I'm glad there's a word for that. Epitaph.
Yes.
I'm gonna not remember
everything,
that, but I'll try to remember it. All right, good card though. Probably like a 6 or 7 limited.
Yeah, I'd say 7, easy. Okay. This is very, very strong.
Very powerful card, yeah.
Next.
I like this card. This is
pseudo haste.
Yeah. Well, baby haste.
Baby haste. Yeah, sure. We'll call it baby haste from now on.
Baby haste.
Whereas we say entering and gaining your self life isn't that great. It's not like something to really consider. Entering and making people lose life is, because that's how you're winning the game.
It's like a highway robber effect.
Exactly.
He's a 4 mana 2/2. When he comes into play, your opponent loses 2 and you gain 2.
Yeah.
Not a bad card.
So yeah, I put this guy pretty highly. 5 mana 3/2. He's pretty much
he's a 3/2. He's aggressive. Sometimes you'll just top deck him and your opponent will be at 2 life and you'll be at like 3 and you'll be like, hey, guess what? Get backed. That'll happen once. I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Are you abusing your opponent?
Yes. You have to slam the table and make them feel like trash after you destroy them with your Rabid Bloodsucker.
Okay.
You windmill slam this card. Not in draft, when you draw them.
Yeah. You act like it's always what you wanted, even when it's not. You're at 2 life, you top deck this, you're like, yes!
Yes! Bloodsucker, you didn't kill me, scrub!
Michael called demonic pack sucker. I lose the game.
No, this is probably like a 5 in limited, though. It's a good card.
Yeah, it's your It's your on curve black flyer that also does something relevant.
Yep.
Next up, a super awesome card.
I'm glad this card got reprinted. It's not bad.
This is a really cool effect. I'm glad Scry is now just kind of vanilla mechanic.
So cards like this could be around.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a it's comparable to Sign in Blood.
Comparable.
Sign in Blood is black for just draw 2, lose 2. Target player draws 2 and loses 2. This is 2 and a black for a similar effect. You scry 2 first, and then you lose 2. So basically, you're trading the scry 2 for 1 mana cost and the fact that it'll only ever hit you. But killing them with Sign in Blood wasn't ever that relevant.
Yeah.
So
it's just a control card. It's seen standard play.
It's very good and sealed.
It will probably continue to see standard play. Beyond that,
the Black Divination.
Yeah, it's very good in it's very good in sealed.
Not as good in limited, but
not as good,
draft.
But if you're the control deck, you probably want this. It filters very well. It gets you through a lot of cards.
Yep.
Next, removal.
Yeah, what card did they just print? Defeat. Yeah, suck a pee defeat. You got outplayed 2 sets after you were printed. You've gone down that much. It might have even been last set, actually.
Probably.
This is way better than Defeat.
Yeah. Oh. Are we actually still talking about that card?
I was just throwing it out there. Defeat has officially been defeated.
Sorcery speed sucks.
But doesn't make it bad. It's just not as good as it could be.
Exactly. It's removal. You play it.
Yeah, this is very good in limited. Well, this is like a 6 or 7 in limited, in my opinion.
I agree.
It destroys a lot. Like a lot of the flyers even are 3 or less. So
yeah. So
good card.
Very good limited. Beyond that,
this is gonna be your stereotypical removal spell that you take like 2nd through like 6th pick, and if you see it later than that, that's a big signal. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Premium removal spell.
Exactly. That's the terminology I was looking for. Premium removal, super awesome in your deck. If you're playing black, take it.
Yep.
And you'll lick it. Next up, Return Centaur. If you're playing black, don't take it. Don't play it.
No, this card has a little bit of synergies. First it's a zombie, so you can return it with kill a guy, get a zombie back. It has a little bit of, this is a card you're gonna want to be playing one of if you're playing the Revive a Dude spell mastery, put 2 counters on it, stuff like that. It's not super exciting. This card's good once you get to. There's a card coming up that it has an effect equal to the number of that named card in your graveyard, and this is a way to put them into the graveyard. So it has a couple little synergies. It's not like a very high pick. It's like an 8th, 9th pick guy. But
yeah, this is something I just pass it.
He'll occasionally make your deck as like a 22nd, 23rd card.
I just pass this card away.
Yeah, Brett doesn't like this card, but I played it back in Theros, and it wasn't amazing, but I wasn't like, Return Centaur. When Brenda actually does do that, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
What, the neigh sounds?
Yeah, horse noise. This isn't Lord Uniscorn. This is like a 2.5 in my opinion for limited. It's better than the Slug. That's pretty much the credit I could give him.
Nope, Slug's cooler.
Oh, Slug is cooler. Has been death clouded. Revenant. This is a reprint from like 7th edition.
Is it 7th? I think it's Stronghold.
I think it was printed in 7th after Stronghold.
Really? I didn't think it got printed in 7th.
The Gatherer. I'll just keep this open on my other monitor. We'll know.
There we go.
Boom. We have 7th as a rare, Stronghold as a rare.
Okay.
Tempest Remastered, that doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. It got a rarity downgrade finally. There's one of those cards in the set.
Well, I think they were trying to take it easy after Modern Masters 2 kind of made rarities go out the fucking window.
Yeah, rarities ups everywhere. Or downs everywhere. They were just all over the place. But, Revenant's a decent guy. Has synergy with the Return Centaur that Brent doesn't like.
Ugh.
He's not a bad guy. He's, playable.
He's playable. He's fine at the top of your curve.
He'll probably be, like, on turn 5, he'll be, like, a 2-2 or 3-3 often.
Well, no, I think if you're an aggressive deck, he's probably higher than that.
Well, not on turn 5. I said on turn 5.
Probably not. Unless you're just going against, like, aggro versus aggro, he wins.
Ooh, there you go. Well, it's only your graveyard.
Yes. Yeah, but still, like, you're in aggro versus aggro, you're just kind of throwing guys at each other.
Alright, I can see that. A good card.
And killing them.
Is like a 4. I think I'd rate it less than Rabid Bloodsucker, but it's close. 3. A 3?
Yes.
Well, then I'm going 3.5.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright.
Is
this like this is my card. This is the card I was waiting for. Shadows of the Past. They were like, hey Dom, we made this crappy enchantment that you're gonna love, and everyone's gonna be like, this is a crappy enchantment. I love this card. I loved Reaper of the Wilds. That was one of those cards I was pulling would hit standard so much, but then he just got Siege Rhino'd upon. They didn't print Siege Rhino though. Damn, that guy would have got played.
Oh, can we pause for 1 sec?
No.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I'll go without you.
Okay, just talk about how much you love Black Chantress, the new deck.
All right, Black Chantress.
I'll be right back.
This deck is super meta, and by that I mean I'm gonna love it. I love like cards that have a glimmer of hope, and I see this card like sparkles in my eye. It's one of those like, oh hi, and then it waves back. You know. I think this card isn't fantastic, but this is a reason to be playing like Return Centaur and cards that dump cards in your graveyard, because late game this is actually just a clock. It's not sorcery speed either, so you could like leave up a removal spell like the Reanimate a Zombie one or the Return a Zombie Kill Guy with Shadow of the Past. Has a lot of synergy. You can hear Brent's mic a little bit in the background. That's okay though. I think this guy's going to be pretty cool in EDH. He has, like, the clause of the 4 more creatures, which is Oversold Cemetery. Also has that clause. But they work, like, as a non-bow together, unless you have more than 4. But I'm a fan of when a creature dies, scry 1 on an enchantment. I'm going to try to play this at the pre-release, at least. Because this is one of those cards I will pull for being amazing. It's either really, really good or really, really bad. And it's often going to be the latter. So, there's that, but I don't know. It's probably gets like a 3 for limited out of me. Or like a 1.52 I'm going to predict for Brent. But, yeah, I don't know what to talk about right now. I'm gonna go back to another card that Brent didn't really like. Revenant. I think Revenant is actually going to be pretty good. Brent said like a 3. I think this format, he said it was going to be pretty aggressive. I think it's going to be a little slower. There's a lot of creatures with like 4 toughness, 3 toughness. And there's a lot of creatures with 2 power that aren't getting through those creatures. And Revenant is way better the later the game goes. So he could hold out and believe in the Rev. And, you know, has that stuff. I'm just going to keep buying time for Brent. Another card I didn't touch on that much, Night Snare. So there's this card's not very amazing, but it might have some synergy. Like, revealing their hand and taking a non-land card from it does give you options. It is actually Thoughtseize with the take clause. But if you don't, that player discards 2. Now, if they have 2 cards in your hand, don't take a card. Just throwing it out there. I would hope I don't have to say that, but there's going to be someone that takes the card and leaves them with the land in hand, thinking it's irrelevant. Just make them discard the land. It might matter. If they have Macabre Waltz, something like that, then it will matter discarding the land. And stuff like that. So, a little awkward that Brent just kind of like booked it. But, so, I'll just talk about some other cards I think are cool here. I like the Trapper guy a lot. I really want him to catch in. I think if an elf deck matters, the Trapper guy and the Winona up here, these are gonna be the 2 guys that make the deck work. I've been thrown under a bus by Brent because he's a jerk. Other synergies with Return Centaur, milling yourself. You're not going to ever, like with Return Centaur, you're never going to ever want to mill your opponent. This is going to be a target myself mills for, because giving them something is going to be a little...
Death Cloud.
Oh, yeah.
On cue?
No, you're a little late. I had to go back and talk about other cards, but that's okay.
Really?
Yeah. Alright.
That's fine. Sorry about that.
Give me a rating for Shadows of the Past.
Dom rating? 8.
No.
My rating? 2? 3?
Aha! Alright. Now, I want to point out, I rated it a 3, and I said you were going to predict it as a 2.
Nice. Good call. Wow.
But I was saying stuff about how scrying 1's like a kind of powerful ability. Like, if you play this and you get like 6 scries off of it, that's like drawing 2 cards, essentially.
Yeah.
And also, if you have 4 or more creatures in your graveyard, just you could use this ability at instant speed. It'll just sit there and like look not that threatening, and then slowly take over the game.
Yeah, I can see that.
But we can move on to the next card now. I went over Shadows for like 2 minutes.
Well, I figured you might want to.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.
Next.
So they were tired of printing 2/2s for 2 with drawbacks. So they were like, sorry, Black, you've been getting all the crap 2/2s for 2. Flesh Mad Steed. And they were like, hey, how about we just make a good card?
Yeah.
This is not going to hit Constructed, I don't think. Maybe Pauper, actually. This might see Pauper play.
Well, if we're talking about Pauper, I think this goes in my Pauper cube, so...
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. It's very good and limited.
Shout out to the Pauper cube.
Shout out to the Pauper cube.
It's very good and limited, and then... yeah, that's it.
Yeah. This is like a 3.5, maybe 4 in limited. Maybe.
I think it's a 4. It's aggressively costed.
It is. Alright, you got me. Moving on to Reign of Gore. Oh, sorry, I mean Tainted Remedy.
Can we just skip this?
No, we're going to have to go over it. I'm not leaving out any cards. I'll give it a quick review. This is Reign of Gore for 2 and a black instead of black-red. Which is weird how that was a black-red enchantment to begin with. But it's... You don't play this card. Unless you know you're playing against the guy who's playing the gain 4 life draw card sorcery as like a 2 of or something.
With that said, Death Cloud.
No, this is a very... I'm not going to give this card a rating. We'll just move on.
Going to a card I think is very exciting.
I didn't make it there yet. Okay, yeah. We'll move on to Pulse Tracker. I think that's the card I'm trying to
This card's really good.
Yeah, this card's nuts. This is a Pulse Tracker is a 1/1 for 1. When he attacks, each opponent loses 1 life.
Yeah, this is a Squire Pulse Tracker fusion that could push elves into standard playability, I think.
Back in the day, 1/2s cost 2 mana. And this is better than that.
Yeah, and Squire, yeah. So anyway, this guy, I think, I'm excited about him. I think he's pretty damn solid.
I think he's absolutely pretty solid.
Although I don't think he's as good in limited. I think you need to, I think, like 4 of him and like in an aggressive elf green-black deck is really good.
If you cut elves enough where no one else has elves, he's good.
Yeah. So if you're solid in elves in this format,
you're the only elf drafter.
Yeah, then he's very, very,
Very
very,
good,
very
yeah.
good. If you're looking, I think standard is where he's gonna shine.
Yep. Pauper
Next.
maybe. Pauper Elves might catch up.
Maybe.
Alright. Tormented Diarrhea.
Yeah.
Now, this is a reprint from Theros Block, and in Theros Block I saw it cast once, and it was by someone who's never played Magic before. That was his first tournament. Brett, can I explain the card real quick? Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Cute. That was cute. And it was his first tournament, and the person played the card, was like, oh, this card's garbage, and took it out of their deck. And it was his first goddamn tournament. Does that explain this card enough? This is like a solid Chimney Imp level card. I'll give it a 0.5. This is worse than draw a card, gain 4 life. For the most part. But the next card's like actually good and limited.
If I remember correctly, I agree with you.
It is Touch of Moonglove.
Oh yeah, Tormented Diarrhea.
Yeah.
Don't take.
0.5.
Don't play it.
Or no, actually, play it. Then you'll know how bad it is, and then you'll cut it from your deck, and won't have the reason for being in your deck anymore. Alright, Touch of Moonglove. This card's good.
Yes, very.
I don't like pumps or combat tricks, but this is more than a combat trick. This is a removal spell where you have to sack one of your creatures.
Yeah, I agree. Sack a creature, remove a creature, and deal 2 damage.
Yes, absolutely.
Boom.
Unless
Good
they kill
enough
your
for
guy
me.
in response. That's the only way. Or they give their guy indestructible.
This is not a pump spell. This is a removal spell.
Yeah, see, if you look at it like that, look how good the card suddenly becomes.
It's a 5.
Yeah,
You put it
4.5.
Okay, fair enough.
I was going to say 4, but you said 5. We'll just halfway it.
Okay,
Good
fair
card.
enough. And I'll put that in limited. So
I wouldn't play more than like 2 of these in my deck, though. That's
I definitely wouldn't. No.
But like up to
again,
2
like
is pretty
most
decent.
combat tricky things, it loses its surprise factor once you do it. And
Once
if
you
you do it
trick 'em.
twice, it really loses its surprise factor.
Yeah. If you do it 3 times, then you might actually tilt your opponent and gain the surprise factor back.
Yeah. Seems reasonable.
It won't be playing anything besides limited, though. Moving on. Here is an interesting card.
Yeah, I don't know how to evaluate this.
I don't either. You know what? I'm gonna just give this a simple description. If you have like 4 of these, and ways to pitch them into your graveyard, like Macabre Waltz discarding this card, or Return Centaur milling you 4 cards, then the sky is fine.
If this is your only 4-drop and you have 4 of them, then you play all 4.
Absolutely. If it's your only 4-drop and you have 6 of them, you play all 6.
Yeah.
And you're happy.
That's where I'd probably cut it off.
Yeah. Don't play 7.
No, you don't want 7 4-drops. That's just how curves work. I don't think you want. I think 6 is the max.
Alright.
And then you can just play the game. You don't need ways to put it into your graveyard from your hand or library. This guy just plays better as the game goes on.
As Liliana would say, get up, you're not finished yet.
Yeah, in the words of my idol, Liliana Bess.
Thank you, Liliana.
Next.
What? Limited rating, like 3?
It's a conditional, so it's a 3.
Okay, sold.
Unholy Hunger.
This is your removal spell for 5 mana.
Yeah, 5 mana removal spell.
Baseline, the gain 2 life might be relevant once ever, but won't usually.
Gain life, we said before, it doesn't. You don't play a card because it gains you 2 life.
This is some sick art. This is when Liliana was gaining her spark, I believe.
You're playing this because it destroys a creature.
You're trading 1 for 1 your card for their card.
Because of that, this is a 5, right?
Yeah,
that's our standard. That's our
5 mana, destroy a creature. It's a 5.
Your common limited cards.
Yeah.
And the last of the black cards.
Yeah, this is not deadweight.
It is deadweight. It is not.
This is in a lot of things. What it is is playable to an extent. I will note this is like the only card in the set where they never changed the set symbol. What?
I didn't even.
They were like, how about we don't change Weight of the Underworld set symbol? See if anyone catches it.
You think everyone will remember this is a reprint? I don't know.
It doesn't seem that great.
Make it the same card.
No, it's not dead weight. We don't need to change the set symbol.
Why do we print 13,000 extra sheets of Weight of the Underworld for Born of the Gods? I don't know, man. Just put them all in the fucking origin packs. All right.
Yeah, it's a playable card.
It's playable with Blightcaster.
It's no Unholy Hunger. Yeah, this is what you want with Blightcaster. This makes it a 2-for-1.
Yes. So there you go.
It's like a 3.
Blightcaster
3.5 maybe. Yeah.
Non-Blightcaster puts it at a 3.
All right, now we're moving on to one of the.
Are we gonna do red tonight?
Yeah, why not?
You think? Yeah, okay.
I'll stay awake.
You'll stay awake.
I'll force myself. We're going to the red. Scrolly. What does this guy do? I already have a reader. Ooh. We have Pyre Shaman. Was that the guy's name? Ire Shaman.
Yeah.
The one with Unmorph. This guy's pretty good. I don't dislike this card at all.
I like this card a lot. Not as much in limited.
I think this is going to be a standard card.
I think that's why it was printed.
Yeah, this is a good standard card too.
Yeah.
Sick art. Recurring theme.
Limited, I don't rank him very highly.
I'd put him up. I wouldn't. This isn't one of your snap
Grizzly
first
Bearish.
picks. This is one of your. Well, it's like 4th pick. This guy's about better than a Grizzly Bear. I'll take him. Type cards. Not bad, but not great. He's like a 4.
Yeah. Okay, I'd put him at a 4. I'll put him at a 3 just to piss you off.
Oh, I'm pissed. You don't even know.
I knew it. Next up.
Oh, I'm done with the set review. I'm pissed.
All right. We'll pick up more red cards tomorrow, such as Worldfire.
Death Cloud.
Death Cloud.
It's red now. Color shifted. Alright. Alkalite of the Inferno. They brought the monks back for this card. Oh, the other one's a monk too. Monk Tribal. Let's go.
What? Alright,
let's kick him. I like this guy.
Yeah, it's like whatchamacallit. The Hound.
Oh, you lost me.
The boar. The boar.
Boar.
There's other things that when they get blocked, they deal damage to the creature, which means.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They could. It's significant because they could survive the combat.
Yeah, if the 2 damage this guy does kills the creature, you don't take the X back.
Exactly. So therefore, this guy is pretty hard to block well.
Yeah, it also trades with like 5 toughness guys.
Yep.
This guy's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I think so. I put him at a 5.
5? No, I'm gonna keep him the same as Abbott.
Okay, 4.
4. Or 3 if you're Brent.
No, I say this guy's actually earned a 4.
Oh, we got there. Teamwork.
Yeah, got there.
Okay. Hey,
Outside of limited again, nothing. Act of Treason's back. Can we just skip the Act of Treason?
No, we'll go over it real quick. This is a card that's gonna be in every block. They're always gonna want one of these just because Timmies love this card.
They might as well just staple this card to the fucking pack at this point.
It was cover art once, I swear, and it was an uncommon in M10.
Well, yeah, it was. It made you think it was better than it was once.
They were like, "Whoa, that's a mistake." This is like a 3. You want it in aggressive decks. It's better in sealed because everyone's gonna have the bomb.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I love this card.
Ooh, this guy's really good.
In limited, I love this card a lot.
This guy,
he's Pauper Cube.
Yeah, absolutely Pauper Cube.
Other than that,
we didn't really explain it the first time we said Pauper. It's a format that's only commons.
Yes.
It's a good guard. I like this guy in limited a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like him more than Alkalite or Abbott, but I think he's good.
I just love the renown that is hard to block the first time. So
yeah, I know what you mean. Like Alkalite. Bless you. Bless you. Got him.
Dunka.
I'd give this guy like a 4.
I say 5.
Okay, you could say 5 on that one too.
I
I'm just gonna keep rating them lower so you get mad. No, I think this guy deserves a 4 though.
He's very similar to Acolyte, but he's better when Renown.
Yeah, and Acolyte's better when not Renown.
Yes, there we go.
Alright.
I think it's a fair assessment.
Got him. Now we get to this really weird card to evaluate. A 4/4 flyer for 4. In limited, you probably cast this guy in turn 4 and discard your hand.
Yeah.
It's just so much of a beating. He gets him in 5 turns by himself.
It's the top of your curve, yes.
It's not gonna be the top of your curve in limited.
Yep. I'm taking all the Bellows Lizards and this.
Oh, I was gonna skip Bellows. No, I'm just kidding.
We're not gonna skip it, but it's gonna get a. just a warning.
Not yet. We're not there yet.
If you have sensitive ears, cover them.
Alright. Unpronounceable dragon.
Avaricious.
No, I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna call him Epoxy Dragon.
Dragon Stompy worthy. This is not.
Yeah, this guy's made for like Legacy or Modern. I don't know if Standard will play him. I don't know if he's very limited friendly.
He's not limited friendly. I think he's a mythic that is meant for either Dragon Stompy, which is a Legacy deck.
Yeah.
Or
it's just super aggressive. Hit your face a bunch dragons.
I don't think it's that good in Modern right now. Modern's just in a weird place.
Modern Burn might want this guy. Might.
So.
That's a big might.
That's all I'm gonna say about him. Limited.
I'd give him like a 6.
Nope, 2.
Are you serious?
No, not at all. Are you kidding? He's obviously at least
okay.
a 6.
I was like a 2. He's better than After Treason.
He's an above. Yeah.
He's worse than After Treason.
No, he's an above curve flyer. So.
He is. Beats face.
Next up is Lizard.
Okay.
I warned you.
You pretty much only want this guy if you're curve. If you're super aggressive and you need 1-drops. Which you want if you're super aggressive. He's a good mana sink late game. He trades up eventually. He's like a 2. At best.
So Boggart Brute.
Alright, I'm okay with moving on. Hey, this is the card they spoiled when they were like, this is Menace.
Yeah, I like him.
This card's not bad, you know. If this is what's replacing Blade Tuskboar now, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to think. Yeah.
He's a goblin. That matters.
Yeah, a goblin warrior. They just keep adding warrior and everything, soldier and everything.
The last 6 months of Magic have been, hey, this card's not very interesting. Hey, let's stick warrior on it. Thanks. Now it's still not that interesting. And
the
it has
olden
the word
days,
warrior
it'd still be a goblin.
Yeah.
So. Just goblin.
Not a bad card. I'd give it like a 5 in limited. I think it's pretty strong.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Hard to
block.
Limited,
no.
Very aggressive. Let's talk about this next card, which I'm finding very hard to evaluate.
Very hard to evaluate. Very good design, I think.
It's great for at least 1 turn.
Flavorful. Otherwise,
this is
everyone who's listening now probably knows how I feel about auras. So.
Yeah, on the other hand, I think this is pretty decent. You just stick this on a guy, you hit him for an extra 3 damage, or force a block, or no, it has trample. You hit them for like an extra 2-3 damage, maybe 1 extra damage, and then on their turn, they're gonna want to play the 2 spells. You force them to play the 2 spells to flip it back. This is the card you go Bellows Lizard into this, and your opponent's like, I can't beat this. They're not gonna cast the 2 spells. They can't.
All right. I don't know if that's an actual thing.
I'm pretty sure Bellows Lizard into Call of the Full Moon is guaranteed 12 damage.
Yeah, actually, sadly, you might be right.
It's swinging for 4 on turn 2. If you're on the play, your opponent has a land.
All right, fair enough. There you go. That's your deck. Everyone play that.
I think this card's pretty comparable to Madcap skills for 1 turn. And then it gets worse.
I think this card's worse than Madcap Skills.
It's better earlier and worse later.
Sure.
All right.
I'll give it that.
I'd give it like a 4.
2.5.
You give it a crap rating because no one cares. You just don't like these cards.
No, it's not. No, I'm not trying to be unfair. I'm trying to say I'm honestly giving it a 2.5 because I think that scenario is narrow.
It would have been a 2 before that scenario.
The later in the game you get this, the worse it is.
All right, I'm gonna flip the boop Chandra.
Yep, there we go.
Chandra's pretty cool. I don't know if I like her. She's cool though.
So ever since Chandra, Pyromaster? Was it which one's in Legacy?
Is it the one with the 0 that
yes.
exiles the top card? That's Pyromaster, I believe.
Yeah, Pyromaster.
That gets played in Imperial Painter?
Yes.
Okay.
Alternates with Koth. Sometimes they're married together.
Yeah, sometimes there's like 1/1 or 1 in the main, 1 in the sideboard.
Yeah.
Or 2 in the main, or blah blah blah.
Basically, whatever flavor
you're friends.
What I'm trying. The point of the whole story, that short story that made no sense to most people.
It made sense to me.
Chandra has been good once, and other than that, I think she's always been like the worst of the cycle. And I think that's the same here.
Yeah, the first Chandra was definitely the worst. I like that Chandra though. That's the only Planeswalker I have online, Brent.
That's true. I'll just start saying Tibalt now.
Oh, let's not go that far. I'll start bringing up Deathcloud.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, but this is what is the card? It's like Cinder Pyromancer or something like that. It's an 0/1, and it has tap deal 1 to a player. And when you cast a spell, when you cast a red spell, untap it. You know what I'm talking about. You just don't remember the card.
Correct.
It's from Morning Eventide. It's from Eventide. I had to think of the set symbol. I couldn't put it to words. But like for the most part, this is just gonna be that guy with 1 extra power and 1 extra toughness. But when you do flip it, you're not really rewarded a whole lot. Like the +1 is a clock. But she barely defends herself. And you have the -2 to defend her. You're not going to get to the -7, which is the relevant part.
Yeah, I don't really like
I'm pretty sure this is the first Planeswalker so far, besides the Jace. Actually, I think I'd play that Jace Unlimited. That I wouldn't snap pick in a draft.
I agree.
This Chandra's not super exciting.
I think she's a 5.
You know, I was thinking 5. It's just a pinger for face only.
Exactly.
If it had creatures, maybe. Just maybe.
Onto her Fury, though.
Oh.
Oh, beyond limited.
Oh.
I don't think she's getting there.
She's a Timmy card. Timmy likes her.
There we go. So 5 limited.
5 unlimited. Beyond that, I'm gonna give it a Timmy for standard.
I'll give it a Tim.
Oh, Tim. Okay.
Not full Timmy. Chandra's Fury.
They started it.
Yeah, they did. So, let's finish it.
This card has some sideboard potential. If you only need to main deck this card if you expect, like, if you're super aggro and you just want your opponent to die to like 3 Chandra's Furies, here's your way to win. Just take 12 eventually over the course of like 16 turns. It's not great. It kills like a creature when you cast it, and it's not a very great creature. This is like a 1.5, maybe 2 for me. Brent's gonna give it the fart noise out of 10.
2.2, 2.5.
Ooh, you're ahead of me on that.
Yep.
All right, now
Ignition.
I like because it's flavorful. I don't really like it because it's good. Ignition, if you cast it on the Chandra, it flips her that turn, so that's why it's flavorful. Yeah. It's a cool card. Like each other creature, it's good in EDH, definitely. This will be replacing the Alpha Brawls that I've seen every once in a while, which I love. I love that card.
I think this is an EDH card through and through. Other than that, it's definitely not constructed.
No, Timmy will like it, but only Timmy. Unfortunately,
I give it a T.
I'll give it like a 4 in limited. It wins the game.
Yeah, 4 in limited seems fair.
Like, you have to have something big. Like, it might be an excuse to play Cobble Brute in your deck.
No, Cobble Brute, no.
Now, Cobble Brute's actually, I've played him before. He's not bad.
I know, but not in this format, and I think he's terrible in this format because everything is like -2s.
That's fair. Okay, I can see that. All right, Cobble. Well, you know what? We'll just do Cobble Brute right now. We've given our reasoning. I'll give him like a 2.
Because he dies to every single fucking thing, I'll give him a 1.5.
All right. What are we gonna default fart noise do? Is that sub 2?
Sub 2.
Okay.
I think I'm being a little too generous with it, even though Demolish is next, and that card in limited just makes me always want to.
Alright, so Chandra Ignition, this is like a 4 or 5. We have like a 2, a little lower than 2. And then we have this card was sideboarded against me once because I was playing 5 colors in the core set. It wasn't very good. They drew it, they destroyed my land, and I still beat them. Just throwing it out there. Demolish gets a solid, if you need to hit someone who's being greedy with their mana base, or has a broken artifact out of 10. So like a 1. 1 from the sideboard. Don't main deck this ever.
Ever. Please don't.
It's not Stone Rain.
Do main deck this next card.
Yeah, Dragon Fodder. It was in the last set.
Yeah.
Legitimately the last set. They were like, hey, how about we just make this card again?
Limited.
Why couldn't they give me Dragon Fodder and Kranko's Command in the same set? I would have played Standard if I could have played... If I could have played 8 make 2 1/1 goblins.
This is like Red's form of Grizzly Bears.
Yeah, a decent card.
You're gonna get.
This is like a 3.5 for me.
I agree. 3.5.
Not bad card.
There's not a lot. Again, there's not a lot of token synergies going on. This is a token maker, but there's not a lot of them.
This and it gives you 2 creatures to sack for that enchantment in black. Huh?
And Jeskai tokens in standard, I think, is still a thing.
It already plays the card. It doesn't need this version.
It might want it.
Ooh, maybe it'll switch it up. Play some different arts and sets.
Things?
I like this guy, this Embermaw Hellion guy. He gets the potential rating out of me.
The potential what?
The potential playability.
Yeah.
I think this guy's going in the Medio Cube.
I think he is a Bomby Unlimited. I'll give him a 6.
Bomby Unlimited. Yeah, 6 seems about right. Well, I'd give him the same as Chandra's win the game.
Really? A 4?
5. I gave that a 5.
Oh, okay.
I thought I did. You know, if you have Embermaw Hellion, it makes Chandra's Fury actually playable. Like, dealing 2 to things is way better than dealing 1 to things.
Yeah, I put this guy higher than Chandra's Ignition because he's a guy. And he's trample, and he's big.
Okay, I'll give it a 5.5 then.
Okay, I'm sticking with 6. Other than that, I don't think it gets there. I don't know.
Ooh, wait, he's a Hellion? I'll go 6. I love Hellions.
There we go. There we go. We got him.
What's the one in my Medio Cube? Volcano Hellion? He's like my favorite guy in the cube.
Enthralling Victor.
Oh, we're going down. Beep, 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 beep. I don't know what he does. He gains control of... Not bad. Act of Treason, a small dude. That's it's not bad with a card on this line, and it is an exquisite firecraft.
He seems good.
I don't dislike this guy at all.
I like him better than Active Treason because he's a guy.
Yeah. So what do we give Active Treason a 2? I'll give him like a 3.5. He gets an equivalent to Dragon Fodder.
He's 4 for a 3-2. It's fine. 3.5 seems reasonable.
Yeah. We haven't had anything above 5 in a long time.
That's true.
I hope Red provides one. Here we go.
Legacy card. I think.
All right, I'm going to start by giving this card a standard rating because that's where I think this is going to shine. This is going to be a standard, modern, and legacy. I'll give it an eternal rating of like 6.
Agreed.
Standard, it gets like an 8 because this will be a 4 of in every red deck. This is replacing the Convoke Burn spell. No, Mizzy Mortars doesn't get played in standard, Brent.
It does now.
Okay. Oh, they reprinted Visium Mortars? When did they tell me? What is it called? It doesn't matter. Stoke the Flames. This is the Stoke the Flames replacement. It's a nice card.
Yep.
Very very good card. I like it a lot. Very good and limited. It'll kill everything.
2 thumbs up. Play it.
I'm gonna give it 1 thumb up and 1 thumb crooked bent.
Sure.
Because it got run over by a truck.
6.5.
I was gonna say I gave it a 6 already.
Okay. 6. Oh, you gave it Eternal 6.
All right.
Are you saying everything?
All
6?
right. Limited 6.5. We'll move it up in limited. Very good card.
Yep.
Sick art. So I'm glad I have, like, if this card's gonna be around for a while, it has good art.
Probably be an awesome foil.
I would imagine, yeah. Hey, Brent, what do they do to, like, all the other commons that they brought back? There's a simple answer to this.
They made them uncommon.
Oh, you got it! Nice job. I didn't think you were gonna get it.
I was nervous. I studied.
Yeah, Fiery Conclusion. I'm pretty sure it kills like 80% of the format.
Yeah. If you're in the Dragon Fodder deck, you're in the Fiery Conclusion deck.
And if you're not, then take Dragon Fodder's higher because they're very good with Fiery Conclusion.
Yeah.
And Fiery Conclusion's also amazing with this Enthralling Victor. It gives you a reason to play Act of Treason.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a bad card. I like it.
Agreed.
I think we can move
Limited.
on. Oh yeah.
The only place it gets played, I give it
It's like a 4. Yeah.
Fiery Impulse.
Dan told me this card was Lightning Bolt, and then I was like, Lightning Bolt doesn't only hit creatures, Dan. And he was like, oh, yeah, it's a shit.
Yeah,
So,
it's not very good.
This is gonna see play in limited. It's gonna see play in standard. Besides that, it won't see play in anything else.
And anything else. I don't even want... what do you rank it in limited?
In limited? Like a 4.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I
decent
guess
in limited.
The 2 damage is pretty relevant, so yeah, I'll give it...
Yeah.
Next up.
I think this guy is really good in limited.
Yeah.
He's a 4/3 for 4. That's how I'm looking at him, because if you're hasting this guy, you're going to attack, and he's probably not going to get blocked. What do you think? Thanks, phone.
I put him at a 5.
A 5? Did I give him a rating yet?
No.
Alright, 5.
I put him at a 5. You know, there's not much to say about him other than the fact that he is most likely to say 4/3 for 4 with haste.
Yep.
So, that's above what you're normally getting. Hill Giant status, 4 for 3/3, so.
Yep.
And at worst, he's pretty much Hill Giant status.
Yep.
So.
I'm just going to keep saying yep.
World Fire.
Well, Death Cloud.
Alright. Flame Shadow Conjuring, this is the timmiest card
I think this is the best red card you could open in limited. This card is nuts. You pay 1 more for every creature, and then it hits your opponent in the face. They're not going to want to throw their creatures away to block it.
I would say this is a great red-white card, because white has the best ETBs, and this spells that. And if you're...
Oh, could you repeat that, Brent? Your mic was cutting out, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, I think this is the best red-white card, because white has the best ETBs.
Enter the battlefields, yep.
Oh, yeah, Enter the Battlefield effect.
I don't think we said it for this episode yet.
True. And because of that, I think doubling up on them is very significant.
Yep.
So, are we on the yup train again?
No, I was going to say something. I was just waiting for you to finish your thought.
You could go ahead.
I think this card's very good. All your creatures, it's like Flame Rush Ridering, the creature you put into play every turn for the rest of the game. Which is not a bad thing. And it just wins the game. I expect us to actually see like standard play for the most part.
I'm not going to go that far, although it'd be crazy with the Tarka.
Ooh, it would, wouldn't it? I didn't think of that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's also crazy with the blue-black dragon. I'll take your creature. Wonk. You can have it back now.
True.
Oh no, wait, no, it's not, because they're legends, so you can only keep one. Atarka though still works.
Atarka still works very nicely.
Yeah, I think this card. I would say this is like a 6.5 in limited.
I'm going a little lower, and by 6, I think.
6? Okay.
I think I could do 6. Yeah, this is the kind of card. This is the type of non-dude card I support.
Ah, we made it to the non-dude support.
Yeah. In limited, I am very much about guys. As I've said, not to sound no homo. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, what I'm saying is, in limited, I'm very much about creatures and removal spells. Get in there.
Yeah.
So this is one of those exceptions to the rule for me, where it's like a cool effect that's powerful enough that I'll do it.
It's like a creature, because it gives you a creature every time you play a creature.
Exactly. So that's why.
Yeah.
Next one.
Yeah. Can we not talk about this card that much? Don't play this card.
Not at all. Don't fucking take this card.
Yeah. You know what? You could play this card. It's not great. I didn't realize it hit creatures. It's okay. You need a lot of artifacts. You need like 12 artifacts to be playing this.
Yeah. Just don't.
If you have the 12 artifacts, go ahead. But if you don't be surprised if this card goes really late. But the next guy.
Yeah.
I do like the next guy. He's a split 3/2. Half of it is flying.
Yeah, I give this guy an easy. He's limited, obviously.
Easy 4.
Easy 4. I'd put him probably at a 5.
I think this guy is like the best red dude we've seen. Non-rare dude we've seen.
Yeah, agreed.
This guy's very good. And the artifact part matters a lot.
I agree. The ETB works great in your Flame Shadow deck.
Ooh, is that what it's called? Yeah, Flame Shadow. That I didn't read the name. Yeah, this guy's great. I love this guy too.
Yeah, I like him.
Speaking of guys that we love, you love this next guy. You've told me about him already.
Yeah, this guy is a constructed playable card.
I think so too. The only thing I don't know about in Legacy is he's competing with Goblin Lackey, and Goblin Lackey's pretty good.
So I don't know that he's a Legacy Goblins card.
I think he's pretty good in like Burn in Modern.
I think in a Burn in Modern or
Goblins in Modern could squeeze this guy in easy.
Blue reddish Delver type decks.
I don't think he's as good as the Haste Prowess guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of them have been leaning towards just more creatures now, and I think Standard he's going to be an all-star.
You know what I expect this guy to get played in, actually? I expect Sly to come back in Legacy.
I could see it with, like, Slith Firewalker.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, Sly is just a bunch of red 1 and 2 drops.
That are hard to block.
That are little evasive, and the whole strat is just attack every turn and hope they die.
Yep.
Tom Ross played it in Standard like a year ago. Called it Boss Sly.
Yeah, if you look up his deck, that's kind of the way you go. You're normally like 20-ish creatures.
And most are 1 and 2. He had a couple 3 drops in the deck. Yeah. It was like 17 lands or something.
Yep. And then that's your Sly deck.
Yeah. All right.
Very easy to build. I think red, like I said, in the previous videos we've done, I don't know how many parts they're broken into, but white, I said, I think Legacy White Weenie could come back. Night Weenie with the Gideon.
Yeah.
And then I think red Sly could come back with this guy. He's excited enough where I'd want to try him. Mm-hmm. So there we go.
I think this guy is going to see Standard play, and very good on turn 1 in Limited.
Absolute Standard play.
Yeah, not very good after turn 1, though.
No, pretty awful.
I don't know how to rate him then. I'd give him a low rating, like 2.5, just because you have to have him turn 1. Yeah, this is much better than your Skink, though, if you want to put that enchantment on him.
Yes, please.
Alright, we can move on.
Yeah, Lizard is not as good as this, as you're putting enchantment on.
Alright, let's talk about Eternal cards.
Yeah. let's talk about cards that I guess they needed to bring the cost down on.
Yeah, it was closing in on $25. So.
But that they want to ease us back into tribal stuff.
I hope so. I like Pile Driver.
You know, we got goblins going on a lot. We got elves now.
Everything's a knight, but that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, that's never gonna matter. But other than that, I guess I would just sound like warriors. I guess kind of. I just feel like they've been hinting at some tribal stuff. Maybe not. Pile Driver is amazing.
Yeah, I expect him to hit standard play. Definitely.
I don't think he's as good in this limited format. There's just not enough goblins.
No, there's not that many. You're right.
So, if you're looking to get into Legacy Goblins, you want to get 4 of these.
You could probably get them for like each one under $10 when they were like 22-ish before.
Yeah. So that's what this is really here.
Good card. It wasn't even a 4 of in Goblins before, but every once in a while it was. So
it's 2.
If you're gonna play in Legacy, it might be better just to pick up 4 in case they do wind up playing 4, because it has the potential to be a 4 of.
Yeah, exactly.
In Limited, I'd probably give it a 2.5. It gets a lot better if you have more goblins, but there aren't that many.
Agreed.
Alright, we'll move on to Infectious Bloodlust. Not a very good card in Limited. Unless you have 6 of them.
I just don't... You know how I feel about these cards.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to give this a high rating. This is like a 1.5 in my opinion.
Don't play this card.
This might be a better standard card. This might hit standard. This will power Sly. If Sly might see standard play, there's enough 1-drop power guys. Like with Pile Driver, and with I forgot his name, Goblin in every standard deck already guy. Makes a 1/1.
I guess. In my opinion,
And there's still Foundry Street Denizen and the new one with Renown. There's enough goblins.
I just don't think this gets there.
I hope Goblins gets there in standard. I don't know if they've.
I hope Goblins does. I don't think this card gets there in it.
Okay, Lightning Javelin.
Yes, there we go. Super exciting card here.
This is
called
twice the cost.
Cost 3.
Yeah. Well, Scry costs 2, and makes it a sorcery.
Yeah. Yes.
Not exciting.
Let's not.
It's a good limited card. It's like a 3 in limited.
Okay, yeah, it's a 3 in limited. Don't play it anywhere else, please.
Yeah.
Next.
This guy is good.
Yeah. He's a better Grizzly. He's a 3 in limited. He's not playable anywhere else.
Yeah. He might actually hit Pauper, in fact. I think this guy could make it in your Pauper Cube.
You think so?
Probably. I don't know what your red is, but I'll
we'll see if we can get some interaction. See if people vote for cards they think this set should make it into my Pauper Cube, which is posted on Cube Twitter. We'll put a link.
I'll do that eventually.
Yeah, we'll eventually have a link for it, and then if people want to send suggestions of which of these cards they think are better than other ones, let me know.
Yep.
So yeah,
he's very good in limited though.
I'd say 3. I don't know about that.
3 sounds about right.
So
have you been doing anything different, by the way? Your mic's been cutting out a little bit.
I don't think so.
Alright.
I've been pretty much myself this whole time.
Moving on to a good card. I like this card.
I don't know where it's going to see play. Not in limited, but it's going to see play, and it's going to be good.
It's fine in limited.
I guess it's fine.
It's just better than, well, it's about the same as Tormenting Voice, I guess.
Yeah, which I'm not.
You don't like that card, but it was decent.
It was decent. It wasn't. It's better than that, so it's better than decent. Wherever that puts it.
I'd be surprised if this didn't hit Legacy play of some sort.
I think it'll hit Legacy, absolutely. This is their attempt to be like, Red Delver, come back to Legacy.
Yeah, well, Blue Red Delver played 16 lands, so.
Well, since they lost Treasure Cruise, they upped it. But...
Oh no! How unfortunate. They're playing lands in their deck.
Yeah, right. they can't just cheat. This might be an attempt. Like I said, it might be an attempt at that. Most of the other Delver decks cannot play this.
This is not a very good card in Oops All Spells. That's for sure.
That is for sure. Or Manaless Dredge. Sadly.
Sounds like a big problem for Manaless Dredge.
Yeah. Why would they main deck 4?
Why do we have 6 of these? It's not even legal.
Yeah. Belcher might not like this.
Ooh. You know, now that you mention it,